Hey everyone, Prof Sales coming at you with another video, and today's video is called Why I Sell Jeans. Some of you out there may be wondering, why in the world would you pick jeans as your primary item to sell on eBay? So I thought I would make a video and explain my reasoning behind jeans and why I've chosen to sell those. So let's get started. One of the biggest reasons that I like to sell jeans is they have a very cheap cost of acquisition. They don't cost a lot to get. You can find jeans sometimes even as low as 50 cents if you're shopping yard sales and estate sales and places like that. But even at the thrift stores and so on, it's really a good deal on jeans for the most part. Usually you're not going to pay more than $5 for a pair at most. So if you don't have a lot of capital to get started in this business, clothing is always a good way to go, and jeans provide a very cheap source of inventory. Secondly, there are a lot of great brands out there that will really sell well. From bread and butter jeans that just make a nice steady profit on each one, to the higher end jeans that you can actually make 3, 4, 5, even sometimes 10 times your cost of acquisition. So I love that about jeans. Excuse me. There's also lots of inventory available. If you go to your local thrift shops, whether it's Goodwills or Savers, you can find just hundreds and hundreds of pair of jeans. They're everywhere. Jeans are iconic, especially here in the United States. They're not going out of style anytime soon. They just get reinvented every year. And there's just a lot of them around, and they last a long time. Unless you're really, really hard on them, you can have jeans that last 5, 10, even 20 years. So there's a lot of inventory out there. You're not gonna have to look that hard to find them, which is always nice, especially when you're first getting started in reselling, so you can find items quickly to sell and you don't have to spend so much time looking for inventory. The next reason I like to sell jeans, they're easy to store. You can buy yourself a cheap pair of shells, or even make a pair, maybe even have some. Heck, you can even stack them in the corner if you have to. It's easy to store jeans. They fold up nicely into a small dimension space, and you can stack them one on top of another. You can't do that with lots of other items that have strange shapes and won't really fit together well, or maybe they're just really large and you just don't have anywhere to put them. You can, and even in a small to medium-sized house, you can store hundreds and hundreds of pair of jeans. So you can have a small warehouse even in your own home. So that's another great reason to buy them. They're easy to photograph. Most jeans don't require more than 5 or 6 pictures, in my opinion. You definitely can take more. eBay gives you up to 12, and feel free to use that. But I think 5 or 6, you can show all the main features of most jeans, and you won't really need to spend too much more time than that photographing them, which is nice. You can get those photographs done quickly. So easy to photograph. They're easy to list. There's not a lot to list to them. You just list any defects. Of course, you put in your item specifics in terms of the size and inseam and brand and all those good things. And it's not a long process to list a pair of jeans. From start to finish, you can easily list a pair once you get good at it in 7 or 8 minutes if you're really moving. That's including the photograph. So a very quick list time. And finally, the last reason I really like them is they're a great way to update your wardrobe. When I was a kid, I didn't like jeans for whatever reason, and as I got older, I grew to really grow fond of jeans. So I'm always on the lookout for jeans for myself, or my family, or my friends. I find and go through several thousand pair a week between all the stores that are near me, and that allows me to really see a lot of different jeans that might work for me and the people that I know. So it's an easy, quick, cheap way to upgrade your wardrobe as well. So taking into account all these reasons and being able to have a huge inventory of one item that I can learn an awful lot about. There's so much to learn about jeans. There's so many brands out there, and it can seem overwhelming at first, but you'll get it. I mean, it's not as hard as it sounds. You get, you can go on eBay and you can take one brand and say, I'm going to learn everything I can about this brand that sells. And then when you go out and you see them, You're going to know, well, this is one I should pick up and this is one I should put down. And soon you'll kind of have a little library of brands in your head that you'll need to be looking for when you're out there. And of course, you're going to run into new ones from time to time. You're going to look them up. And that's kind of exciting too. You're always finding something new. I still find new jean brands all the time, and it just amazes me how many there are. I can't even imagine how many it is. It seems like I find a new brand every time I go out, literally, and I go out virtually every day sourcing. So lots to learn. It's nice to always be learning. I think it keeps you sharp. It makes you a better reseller. So these are all good reasons, I think, to sell jeans, especially if you're first getting started. You can take $50 and go out and, you know, maybe find 10 pair of jeans and get started. Have your first 10 listings ready to go. And they're going to sell. My men's and women's jeans tend to sell, you know, right now I think the sell-through on them is like 60-70%, and the ones that haven't sold will sell. I mean, everything sells eventually. It's just a matter of time and getting the right price and getting the right buyer to see it. So I hope that explains for you why I like to sell jeans, and maybe you'll want to sell jeans too. Hopefully not too many of you, because I don't need that much competition. But if you like this video, please give me a like down below and consider subscribing. And leave me a comment with feedback. I'd love to hear from you and see what you thought. And until next time, this is Prof Sales saying good sales to you.